Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. First of all, you guys know the drill. If you guys please smash that like button, I'd really appreciate it. If you guys could leave a comment down below, I don't care what it is. It super helps the channel out. Now, it's Monday morning, bright and early, we're back in the shop. Now, in the shop today, we have Jesse's Lexus Is300. Now, he's had this car for quite a bit now. Now, when he got it, it actually already had mismatched panels, at unpainted fenders, front end, stuff like that. It's a really nice car. It just needs a little bit of love. So he had already had the front end in primer and did a little bit of body work. Now, the primer was absorbing water and moisture, and water was actually getting to the steel and trying to rust through the primer. So he went ahead and re-stripped the panels back down, almost to bare metal completely, as you can see. Now you can still see a little spot like right there, so no big deal. All we're gonna do is check over everything. We're gonna make sure there's no dents, dings, rock chips, stuff like that, cracks on the bumper. You know, we wanna make sure that when we apply our high build primer that we can achieve a paintable surface. Now, cool thing about this Lexus is it is a 1JZ twin turbo. It's a little bit dusty, a little bit dirty right now. Needs a little bit of detailing, but that will come after the paint, I'm sure. So we're probably going to start with removing the hood today. We're going to get the fender jambs prepped out. We're going to get the bumper off, and we're going to check over this stuff for body work. We're going to do any body work it may need, and we're going to get this thing ready for primer. This thing looks really cool. This thing is a front end paint and a full detail away from being a really reputable car. So after we get it all painted, we're gonna probably go ahead and polish out the rest of the vehicle and get it in a ceramic wax. So when we paint the front end, we're actually going to be prepping both front doors, and we're gonna go ahead and prep the front doors for a blend as well. So we're actually gonna blend into the front doors, but everything looks really, really good. So I'm gonna do something a little bit different with the vlogs this week, guys. I'm gonna show you guys a little more hands-on work, a little more involvement. These videos are for you guys, so I hope you guys are learning something. So we're gonna jump into this Lexus, show you guys a little more of the process from start to finish. So let's get dirty. Now the first step we're gonna take is we're gonna take our yellow 3M masking tape. Now this is 3/4 inch tape. We're gonna tape off our adjacent panels. In this case, it would be our A-pillar, the front edge of our door, down to our rocker, our headlight, and we're gonna repeat on the same side. And step 2 is we're gonna take our pneumatic 6-inch sander from Hutchins, equipped with 6-inch Stick It 80 grit disc from Master Pro. We're gonna go ahead and rough up the surface. What that'll do is give us a mechanical bite on our painted surfaces that are left behind, as well as take care of any sort of rust from moisture, fingerprints, stuff like that. After that, we're gonna go ahead and locate the dents and dings with a Sharpie. We're gonna determine whether or not we have to pull them, or if we can just put a little skim coat of filler. In this case, it's looking like there's nothing heavy, and it's probably just gonna be a skim coat of filler. So we'll go ahead and mark out our dents and dings like that. Of course, we'll be sanding this off, but I just kind of want to show you guys what we're gonna be doing. And then we're gonna go ahead and mix up some filler, put a skim coat on, and as we wait for the skim coat of filler to dry, that's when we'll utilize the dry time, so we're not sitting around waiting for nothing. We're gonna utilize that time to get our bumper and our headlights out of the way and go ahead and analyze those panels, as well as tape off our adjacent panel on the back door. Most likely remove our door handle and tape off a mirror, the window molding, and start prepping our door for blend as well. And I don't like to waste no time, guys, so when things are drying, I like to do things in a way where we don't burn up no time. Now I could take these panels apart first, but like I said, the filler will already be drying, and while that's happening, I'll go ahead and take the bumper and the headlights out of this vehicle. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so we did do some fills. You can see we got some fills right there, there. We had a couple rock chips up front. Looks like some tool dents. Another little wavy spot that I didn't like, probably from the fender rolling. There were some like self-tapping sheet metal screws through the front lip into the front bumper. I did not like that. I think we're gonna use 3M double back tape along the center part of the grill here and then we're going to be shaving these holes. So I did mix up some 3M plastic repair material, and I went ahead and filled those holes after roughing them up and applying an adhesion promoter. I already 80 grit over the whole front bumper. There was some primer all over the bumper. I went ahead and roughed it up, got all of the overspray out of the grill. We'll be trim blacking this grill when we're all done with paint. So there you have it. Letting that kick. I'm gonna go ahead and start sanding the bodywork on the metal, and then I'll jump back to the bumper. We'll rough that up. We'll get it all blown off. We'll get it in the spray booth. We'll go ahead and get it masked up, and we'll go ahead and mix up some primer and shoot this thing. All right, guys, to start, I'm gonna go ahead and use my 8-inch foam Wonder Block. Now, they don't call it a Wonder Block for nothing. These blocks are amazing. I have multiple of them. It is nice to have one set up for prepping and one set up for bodywork. Now, a Wonder Block isn't necessarily the best thing to use for bodywork, but on these really small little tiny dings, this is just fine and great for little curved areas, great for small areas. There's no reason to use a longboard on this job. There was nothing very big, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a combination of this foam Wonder Block with 80 grit longboard stick it paper from Master Pro, and a combination of my Hutchins DA with 80 grit 6-inch stick it disc from Master Pro. So we're gonna go ahead and start blocking this thing. Now you can see I'm kind of doing a cross hatch motion. Little circle styles helps too. Go straight a little bit. I'm kind of knocking off that ridge around the perimeter. Sometimes I like to do a little bit of that first. Keep her block nice and flat. Let the sandpaper do the work. I'm just planing across, and I'll show you guys what I'm looking for. Now you can start seeing the metal show through on this ring. I want to stop sanding there. Now I'm going for a nice smooth transition from the filler into the paint, or at least what's left of the paint. So I'm avoiding the bare metal area. And that's about it, guys. That's what you want to see when you're completing your bodywork right there. You can kind of see the filler is smoothing and transitioning into the paint nicely. If you see a lot of bare metal, you probably sanded too much. This is just a really small, tiny little ding. Not too worried about it. Feels great. Shut your eyes when you're feeling it. And we can go ahead and move on to the larger areas. All right, guys, I got the bodywork all complete. Got it blown off. Got it inside the booth. Got it masked up for primer. Got the bumper and the lip ready to go. Got it masked up, wiped down. So we're gonna go ahead and shoot some primer on this thing. Now we've already mixed up some high build primer. We are using a product from Pro. This is the Euro primer. It is a 4-to-1. Now you can mix it in different ways. So we actually mixed it as a primer surfacer. So we actually went 4-to-1 with a little bit of reducer. And you can actually use it as a primer filler as well, or a wet on wet sealer if you mix it 4-to-1-2. So this is a good product to keep around. I never really used it as a sealer, although I have once or twice in an emergency when I was low on my other epoxy sealers. But anyways, we did mix it 4-to-1. We threw it in the HVLP spray gun, and we're gonna go ahead, turn the booth on, throw a mask on. We're gonna get inside and throw some high build primer on this thing. All right, guys, I just applied 3 coats of high build primer. I just mixed up some black base coat in the gun. We're gonna go ahead and just kind of sprinkle this over the high build primer to give us a guide coat that we can use to block it out tomorrow. All right, guys, there she is. 3 coats of high build primer, sprinkled some black guide coat on there. And we used the guide coat to read our bodywork when we are prepping. So when we are planing across the panels with some flat sanding blocks, we get to see anything that might be high, low, chips, scratches, dents that were left behind, anything like that. It kind of helps us make sure that we do have a sandable and paintable surface. Once all the black guide coat is gone, it should be plenty smooth to apply our final paint. All right, guys, that's it for today. We're gonna go close down the shop right now. We're gonna do a little bit of detailing on the Honda CR-V, and we're gonna get out of here. So anyways, like this video, leave a comment down below. It super helps the channel out. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you on the next one. Rah.